It all began with a stone statue, a majestic bird perched high up on a towering crag. It stood as a symbol of hope and a fresh haven for Ysgramor and his people, marking all the genesis of the Nords saga in Skyrim. In a parallel vein, for us as players, Whiterun assumes the role of sanctuary, a refuge from all the perils of the wider world, a brief respite from the burdens of the prophecy, and the beckoning call of an adventure. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another pocket guide series. I am Vipernixz, and today we shall venture and explore our favorite hold, Whiterun. Sit back, relax, and grab something to eat, and let's get exploring. The origin. First and foremost, it's essential to delve into the historical background of Whiterun to understand the presence it holds in the Elder Scrolls universe. The Elder Scrolls series has always excelled in conveying a rich sense of past akin to our real world, where every place and city has a story rooted in a fantasy universe with millennia of fictional history, myths, and songs. This deep historical backdrop contributes to the world's authenticity, age, and enchantment. Whiterun, like any other long-standing city, began with its settlers, the founders who stumbled upon this location and decided it was the right place to establish a city. In the case of Whiterun, these founders were none other than the member of legendary Ysgramor and his 500 companions. Thousands of years before the events of the game, during the Merethic era, Ysgramor, a colossal figure in Skyrim's early history, played a pivotal role. Some even consider him the first human to rule over the territory. Ysgramor's life and exploits laid the foundation for Nordic culture and identity as we know in the game. Much of this Nordic lore draws heavy inspiration from our real-world Norse mythology and history. These ancient individuals arrived from their home continent of Atmora, embarking on massive Viking ships. They were apparently fleeing civil strife in their homeland, seeking a new destiny in an unknown land, unaware that it was inhabited by Mer, also known as elves, and more specifically an entire kingdom of snow elves, who thought of themselves as the superior race and did not like the arrival of newcomers, who they viewed as inferior mortals, which began the very first conflict between humans and elves. However, as the race bred in warfare, Ysgramor and his companions probably thought, "There's nothing that a massive war can't resolve, is there? Maybe. And perhaps even with a touch of genocide. Now we're talking." Colonizing a foreign land, as you can imagine, is no easy task and requires more than just one individual to take charge. Ysgramor, recognizing this, entrusted a great deal of responsibility to his so-called circle of captains. These captains commanded the various vessels in their arriving fleet. Among these captains, one of Ysgramor's closest friends was the Eke of the River, who captained the mighty ship known as the Ysgramor. After the Atmorans gained control of the area north of Sarthal during the conquest, these captains were dispatched with their crew to explore the land, cause some more chaos, establish a foothold, and put down some permanent roots for their own civilization. During the Epoch of Return, Ike's history was deeply intertwined with Ysgramor, as they shared a lifelong bond and had grown up together. The 21 mighty companions who formed his crew were in fact the closest confidants of Ysgramor himself. During the war, Ike discovered a bird statue, which he found out frightened some snow elves he had taken captive. They believed it was cursed and predated even elven history in the province. Ike saw this as an opportunity for settlement, even though the statue represented something ancient, possibly as old as Norn itself, a source of magic and power. For the Atmorans, this site symbolized their own victory over the snow elves and provided a powerful flame for their forge, leading to the creation of the Skyforge. Ike built a grand mead hall nearby with the hull of the ship he captained, which still stands today as the Ysgramor, marking the beginning of the civilization. The Layout of Whiterun. Part of the deep attachment that players develop is undoubtedly rooted in the city's meticulously planned, compact layout. Whiterun boasts an all-encompassing convenience that is hard to match. I still remember the first time encountering this game during my high school days. Emerging from the eastern mountain pass, I was greeted by a truly awe-inspiring sight, an expansive landscape adorned in radiant golden hues extending toward the city of Whiterun. The grandeur of the landscapes, with its vast open space juxtaposed against the majesty of the city's tiered architecture, is nothing short of breathtaking. It masterfully harnesses the inherent sense of scale at which Skyrim excels. The city itself exudes an air of formidable strength, fortified by imposing walls, a protective moat, and imposing drawbridges and towering battlements that guide you toward the civilian gates. The surrounding countryside is speckled with farms, monasteries, stables, watchposts, and traders, all of which contribute to the organic authenticity that envelops Whiterun as you draw near its protective walls. Yet, upon crossing the city's threshold, you're met with an unexpected discovery. Whiterun, in contrast to its imposing exterior, unfolds as a remarkably compact and delightfully snug haven. Gone are the restrict lines and grids. Instead, the street meanders in soft curves and ovals, embodying an organic vibe that seems to have been dictated by the very rock platform upon which Whiterun was built. The layout flows gracefully as you traverse its pathways, with distinct districts shaping the town's character. It's divided into three main districts. First, there's the Plain District, the point of entry and the lowest section of Whiterun. This district is bustling with merchants, the guard barracks, taverns, and even a player home. Think of it as the city's commercial heart. Next, we ascend to the Wind District. Slightly higher in elevation, here you find the original Mead Hall, your Vaskar, now home of the Companions, a guild of warriors who revere the past while defending the present. The Wind District also houses the residential buildings for the locals and the iconic Gilded Green, a sapling cut from the Elder Gleam tree itself, a symbol of worship for followers of Kinnereth. This district exudes historical and mythical charm. Lastly, there's the Cloud District, Whiterun's pinnacle and the smallest of the three. Here resides the Dragon's Ridge, the Jarl's stronghold and one of Skyrim's most pivotal structures. It's a place rife with intriguing nooks and crannies, perfect for immersive gaming experiences. The design, with its ascending structure from the common folk to the nobility, is a timeless architectural concept. It reflects the age-old tendency of humans to place the rich and powerful in the elevated position for the clear horizon, fresher air, and separation from the everyday hustle and the bustle. The distinction between these three districts is elegantly executed, making it easy to discern your location, and transition between them are well marked. Though I do agree it could have been even more grandeur if the size depicted in lore was mirrored in the game. I'd also like to note that I personally find the city exceptionally well crafted and steeped in history and lore, even though it seems pretty small for a trade hub of a city, and I'm sure many of you would concur as well. Design and architecture of Whiterun Hold. Whiterun's visual aesthetics are undeniably charming to say the least, with cobblestone streets, hand-carved wooden structures, and golden tiled roofs that harmonize the natural landscape. While more trees would have diversified the geography even more, I'd like to first focus on the city's noteworthy architecture and its connection to the in-game lore. Each province in this game boasts a unique architectural style that mirrors its historical and political influences. This is particularly evident in larger cities like Whiterun, Solitude, and Markarth. The architectural style reflects local heritage and cultural identity, with Whiterun emphasizing woodcraft and dragon iconography. Whether intricately carved into beams or adorning buildings and temples, this motif holds a significant role in the city's design. To understand certain unique structures and layout of Whiterun, we have to trace our footsteps back in time during the First Era, an epoch spanning several millennia ago. It was during this era that the High King of Skyrim met his untimely demise, plunging the region into a tumultuous power vacuum. This turmoil gave rise to conflict known as the War of Succession, a narrative as old as the ages themselves. Amidst this turmoil, a cunning and fearsome dragon named Vipernixz seized the opportunity, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake as it incinerated villages and indulged in a grim feast of hapless souls. During this dire juncture, the then Jarl of Whiterun, a formidable Nord by the name of Olaf One-Eye, rose to occasion. While the precise details surrounding these events remain veiled in mystery, legends of the time recount Olaf's remarkable solo confrontation with the dragon. It is said that he harnessed the Thu'um, the potent dragon language, to compel Vipernixz to accompany him back to Whiterun. There, within the confines of Dragon's Ridge, the mighty dragon found itself ensnared and would remain imprisoned for the entirety of its draconic existence. Originally, Dragon's Ridge was an unassuming structure, hardly deserving of his special mention. However, Olaf, in his triumphant feat, saw fit to erect a colossal steel contraption on its rear terrace, a makeshift prison for the dragons. This imposing creation, crowned by the very head of the defeated dragon, now presides above the throne. It stands as a tangible testament to the authenticity of this legendary achievement. Olaf's extraordinary feat earned him not only fame but also acclaim, swiftly bringing an end of tumultuous war of succession as he ascended to the throne. It serves as a powerful illustration of the timeless proverb, "What better way to silence one's critic than to vanquish a dragon without uttering a single word?" This is the genesis of Dragon's Ridge and how it earned its resounding name. Coupled with Skyrim's deep-rooted tradition and legend surrounding dragons, it creates an enduring motif that resonates throughout the region. Moreover, the architectural elements in the game are heavily influenced by real-world architecture styles, notably the dragon style, or simply dragon style. This design movement, which originated in Norway in the 13th century, sought to recapture the ancient building and artistic traditions prevalent across Scandinavia. Its defining characteristics include steeply pitched roofs, exposed timber walls and support beams, and an abundance of decorations adorned with intricately carved dragons and dragon heads crafted from wood. The architectural styles featured in Whiterun draws inspiration from a combination of Bethesda's own creative designs and the traditional architectural heritage of Scandinavia. For example, one striking similarity can be observed between certain elements of Dragon's Ridge and the Borgran Steppe Church in the western fjords. Both structure exhibits a tall, stacked, yet slender design, which is likely a practical response to the need for snow to slide off the roof rather than accumulate on the top. It's also important to acknowledge that Whiterun follows a common design principles in video games. It operates within its own enclosed space known as an isolated shell. When you pass through its gates or employ fast travel to reach the city, you're effectively transported to a distinct environment exclusively dedicated to the fully realized urban landscape. Even when viewed from afar within the game world, the city exhibits a level of architectural intricacy and thematic consistency that makes it instantly recognizable. The approach significantly enhances the overall immersion and atmospheric quality of the game. However, it is essential to address the issue of the city's size, which has garnered legitimate concerns and criticism. Whiterun, akin to numerous other cities in the vast realm of Skyrim, is undeniably compact in its dimension. This particular aspect can be regarded as a limitation, especially when considering its pivotal role as one of the principal trade hubs within an entire province. Some players may find this disparity in scale somewhat unexpected or even disappointing, as it occasionally falls short of grandiose sense of magnitude and immersive potential that the game otherwise masterfully delivers. Whilst there are mods available such as JK series, Tease Skyrim, Dawn of Skyrim, and many more like I've used here that aims to expand and enhance the cities in Skyrim, the fact remains that the cities in the base game lack fully developed and immersive structures. The issue of size and scale can somewhat diminish the awe-inspiring experience that Skyrim otherwise offers. Comparatively, games like Kingdom Come Deliverance have managed to create impressively detailed and sprawling towns and cities that enhances the overall gameplay experience, which is very similar to Skyrim but larger and more immersive. Maybe we can expect that size in later games after all. The Denizens of Whiterun. As said by many remarkable peoples through various media, a place is its people. A city comes to life through its inhabitants, and Whiterun is no exception. This vibrant city is home to a diverse community, encompassing shop owners, beggars, devoted followers of various faiths, children, influential leaders, and more. Upon closer inspection, it's evident that Whiterun boasts a substantial population of named individuals, which certainly surpassed my initial expectations. Where in other games, we rarely see so many NPCs with distinct names and background in one place. To account everyone that makes up what Whiterun is, let's look at it through statistics a bit, shall we? Whiterun comprises a total of 26 buildings, encompassing those situated in its immediate vicinity. Within its urban landscape, 73 named NPCs find their place, with only 2 of them adopting the role of beggars lacking a permanent abode. If we subtract the 24 individuals affiliated with companions and Dragon's Ridge, we are left with 49 NPCs distributed among the remaining 24 buildings. What stands out significantly is the level of detail afforded to each NPCs. Each character possesses a distinctive home, a fairly rich backstory, interpersonal relationships that include both affinities and animosities, a set of personal belongings, and predefined routines that dictate their movements within the city. This level of intricacy is a rarity in gaming world, as most titles do not delve into such depths when creating their virtual cities and inhabitants. It's particularly noteworthy because Whiterun was constructed using a notably less advanced game engine compared to what is at our disposal nowadays. Even the famed Witcher 3, with all its visual glory and rich story, does not boast such diverse and unique set of characters tied to one place. Our actions there doesn't have much consequences at all. That is why I personally believe Witcher 3, even though a good action-adventure video game with its rich story, is a terrible RPG. You never get engrossed in its world as you do in Skyrim. Anyways, I digress. Before we delve into individual characters, it's crucial to understand the diverse faction operating within the city's walls. Let's begin with companions, a fascinating group headquartered to the historic Jorvaskr, often compared to Skyrim's warrior guild. Joining their ranks introduces you to memorable figures like Farkas and Korlak Whitemen, leading you on a journey that unravels the howling world of lycanthropy. Along this path, you will also find yourself embroiled in ongoing conflict between the Companions and the Silverhand, a faction with rooting dates back to the Second Era. Another substantial conflict brewing within Whiterun revolves around the intense rivalry between two time-honored families, the Battleborns and the Greymanes. These clans can proudly trace their ancestry back to the original Companions, but are currently embroiled in a fiery dispute linked to the Skyrim Civil War. Each side features compelling characters who will endeavor to convince you of their just cause through a series of side quests, rendering the storyline one of the game's less recognized but truly captivating narratives. And at the pinnacle of Whiterun's social hierarchy is Jarl Balgrove and his court, located in Dragon's Reach. Here you will encounter the famously sassy wizard Farengar, whose distinctively molasses-like voice will forever linger in your memory once you hear him.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostilities, like the rest of the great warriors?
There's also the somewhat abrasive steward, Proventus Avenici, whose demeanor sometimes makes me want to teach him the Nord ways of feast first and talk later. And of course, we can't forget the beloved merchant who have earned the affection of fans over the years. There's Avenici's daughter, Adrienne, who stands out as the second blacksmith we all meet in our journey aside from Urlan Greymane, and I dearly adore her. The first time she teaches us to smith a weapon serves as the proof of how wholesome she appears, and it always makes me so much welcomed in Whiterun. And who could ignore the unforgettable white-clad guards of Whiterun, whose iconic voice lines have become legendary in the whole of gaming world, with iconic dialogues like,
"I used to be an adventurer like you. Then I took an arrow in the knee."
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet roll. Hey, you mix potions, right? Can you brew me an ale?
And Najim, who could overlook Najim, is arguably one of the most despised NPCs in the game, due to his arrogance and incessant self-promotion.
Do you get to the Cloud District very often? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you don't.
However, in my view, he is not fundamentally distinct from other NPCs, and the extent of his notoriety today is largely a result of prevailing trends and long-standing tradition of gamers, just like with the Meridia's Bacon. In summary, Whiterun is teeming with a diverse cast of characters, each contributing to the city's rich tapestry of stories and conflict. Each of these citizens adheres to their own daily routines, wandering to preferred spots, sitting and engaging in conversations filled with radiant dialogues designed to immerse the players in local issue, politics, and character dynamics. Ultimately, it is the people themselves that breathe life into Whiterun, serving as the vital lifeblood coursing through its veins. Many of the elements that render Whiterun a memorable locale often boils down to phrases frequently repeated by its residents. For instance, you'll frequently hear lines like,
"Remember that I like my meat rare."
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different.
and many of these interactions may come off as somewhat annoying or even outright rude, which adds a humorous element to the mix, and to my personal taste, that's exactly what it makes so much more interesting. At the center of everything. At the outset of Skyrim, Whiterun is a city you'll become quite familiar, which I've stated before. However, if you progress through the game engaging in major and minor quest lines, you'll likely find yourself spending a substantial amount of time in Whiterun. From a narrative standpoint, the city serves as a recurring backdrop for various key moments. Towards the later stages of the game, you even have the opportunity to utilize the contraption on the back porch of Dragon's Reach, much like Olaf One-Eye did to capture your very own dragon, albeit for a different cause. Whiterun is at its core a cosmopolitan city that, while not a center hub for interprovincial trade, serves as a pivotal crossroad for commerce within Skyrim. It also serves as a key stopover point for caravans traversing through the region. As a result, Whiterun's culture is a rich tapestry influenced by various Nordic cultures, and its markets are bustling with a wide range of goods. The city attracts individuals from diverse regions seeking a fresh start from the unforgiving northern blizzards. Its central positioning near the southern border made it an ideal hub for natural growth as well. Trade prospered, the climate remained mild, and life thrived, making it an enticing place for settling down. At a certain juncture in its storied past, the settlement derived its name from the adjacent river known as the White River, which gracefully meandered through the vicinity. Much like its early Whiterun, however, transcends the definition of mere city. It holds the prestigious title of being the capital of the Nordic Hold, aptly named Whiterun Hold, encompassing the heartland of Skyrim. Across the ages, Whiterun bore witness to myriad of wars, political upheavals, and momentous global events, many of which left an indelible mark on the city, fundamentally altering its character. Notably, Whiterun is deeply entangled in the overarching conflict of the Civil War, which emerges as one of the game's major plot threads. The Stormcloaks and Imperials are locked in a struggle for control over Skyrim, and the Whiterun holds significant strategic importance, influencing trade, immigration, and more. At the heart of this conflict, Jarl Balgruuf remains the last neutral leader in Skyrim. The Imperials pressure him to align with their cause, while the Stormcloaks threaten to seize the city if he does not. The situation is undeniably tense, and as the Civil War questline unfolds, the battle for Whiterun eventually takes center stage. Observing a city ravaged by war, with its fortified defenses, streets filled with fallen soldiers, and the intensity of high-stake battles is an awe-inspiring experience. It serves as a testament to the power of a video game to aptly transform or even devastate familiar and comforting settings, effectively conveying the gravity of pivotal events and stripping away the innocence we associate with these places. Yet, Whiterun is not merely a canvas for conflict. It also conceals a wealth of renowned side quests waiting to be uncovered. These quests encompasses assisting Redguard individuals in their search for an enigmatic woman within the city, whose story till this day is a mystery to be honest, and addressing the predicament of Gilder Green Tree, which has been struck by lightning, allowing it to decide whether to restore it to health or plant a new sapling, and embarking on a captivating Whispering Door quest. This Daedric item quest presents intriguing opportunity to acquire the Ebony Blade, a sinister weapon crafted by Mafala, the Daedric prince associated with murder, deception, and falsehood. The mystery of how Balgruuf came into possession of this blade is a puzzling enigma till this date, and there are bunch of theories regarding this event which are just ridiculous. Considering its relatively small and fairly conventional fantasy city setting, Whiterun conceals a surprising amount of content, making it an exciting place to explore and discover, particularly during an initial playthrough. And even after that really, because I'm sure most of us do not find everything in our first playthrough. Personally, I usually go through quests on my first playthrough in a surface level and piece it together later on. And on my later playthrough, I like to go full investigation mode, analyzing every nooks and cranny, which I'm sure many of you do as well. What Whiterun offers is a simple life. While some may prefer grand vampiric palaces or elaborate moats to showcase their achievements, there's something profoundly satisfying about the idea of legendary hero settling down in a humble bridge home to spend their twilight years. Now let me touch upon a common desire among open world RPG enthusiasts, a sentiment I'm certain resonates with many. I personally identify as a relentless completionist, compelled by an unquenchable thirst to meticulously explore every corner, conquer every challenge, gather every item, and ultimately attain a godlike status within the game's universe. However, as the curtain falls on my character's epic odyssey, with foes defeated, conflicts resolved, wealth amassed, and the Dragonborn beginning to sense the passage of time, I derive a unique sense of contentment from the idea of settling into a tranquil retreat, much like that I am discussing here. Waking up in my cozy breeze home with Lydia guarding the place, the sound of bustling life outside, cozy fire cooking up some simple but energizing home-cooked meal, the comforting love of your life if you are married, the hustle and the bustle of children if you have them, is to me an ideal life, and I must admit, I long for this kind of life not just in game but in real life as well. And out of Breeze Home, even if there are occasional thieves running around and some minor crimes, Whiterun's fortified walls gives you a sense of safety you rarely feel in any other hold in Skyrim. Why Whiterun feels more like home than other holds? In any vast and epic virtual world, there's usually a place or a few places that feels like home, a sanctuary where you can find safety and relaxation between your adventures. This sense of home is especially vital in open world games, providing a touchstone to prevent you from feeling endlessly lost in the vast expanse. For many Skyrim players, that place is undoubtedly Whiterun. In the introduction of this video, I mentioned that the city serves as a kind of introduction itself. What I mean by this is that Whiterun's design often prioritizes convenience and immersion above all else. Even if you feel the size and immersion is not on par to lore, Whiterun as a standalone city does feel like a real place. This kind of confined open world is exceptionally well done by another game that I adore, Deus Ex Human Revolution, and the other games in its series. Even if it does not mirror real life size and scale, the immersion is undeniably very much real. However, I firmly believe that the design is entirely intentional, but before we delve into that, let's first explore it firsthand. At the start of the game, you find yourself as a prisoner being transported across the Skyrim border for execution. Fate intervenes thanks to shout from Alduin, and you escape to the town of Riverwood. There you are entrusted with a mission to warn the Layout of Whiterun about the dragon threat and request aid. Following a series of introductions, you embark on your very first quest into a dungeon to obtain a map of Dragon Burial's site. Upon your return, you are compelled to join the city's defenses to repel a dragon attack at a nearby watchtower. This act not only reveals your dragonborn identity, but also instantly elevates you the status of a Whiterun legend, after which you are offered the title of Thane, gain the option to purchase a home in the town, and acquire a personal housecarl to carry your burdens. Remarkably, all of this occurs within the first 3 hours or less if you play casually and do the main quest only. If you are like me, however, it might take few weeks. Anyways, it's at this point that you might feel like the introduction to Skyrim is complete and it is now time to embark on your adventure. After playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, I've always thought the introduction to Skyrim is somewhat similar to the introduction of Kingdom Come Deliverance, when the introductory phase lasts like more than 3 hours or so, and finally the title opens up to let you know that you can explore the world as you want. Whiterun assumes a pivotal role throughout this entire narrative arc, serving as your interim abode, where you engage in random bartering, procure potions and equipments, and partake in a diverse array of activities such as smithing, enchanting, and alchemy. It is also here that you glean insights into other questlines and characters, forging a deep familiarity within the city that often becomes ingrained in your routine. Whiterun is also likely where you hone your expertise in skills like smithing, enchanting, alchemy, and the art of shrewd negotiation. Within its walls, you have the opportunity to align yourself with various factions, cultivate reputation, and form a profound emotional connection, to an extent that many players would only consider logging off their game when their Dragonborn characters find safe haven within Whiterun's protective confines. The advent of fast travel only solidifies the city's status as to the go-to destination for trading and other essential activities as players progress through the game. The initial player residence I mentioned, the Breeze Home, stands out as an exceptionally budget-friendly option, which compared to other available houses and its various upgrades comes at a reasonable price as well. Whiterun, in all its facets, genuinely paves the way for a success. While the city's welcoming and introductory nature plays a significant role in fostering the attachment, it's also due to its easy-to-navigate and compact design. Everything you need is just here. Came back from an adventure with lots of loots? Need better equipments or a better replacement or an upgrade? Adrian is right there, few feet away from the gates. Need to load off some valuables? Just a few feet ahead, Breeze Home, right there. Have loads more loots to sell and gather supplies for the next run? Few more steps ahead and there it is, Belethor's General Good. Need more supplies like food, some fresh meat, some jewelry to enchant perhaps? Right around the market, few feet from each other. Need a quick drink and hot meal? You have the Bannered Mare, the coziest inn in the hold. Need some alchemical supplies? Go to the alchemy shop in the market square. Need a quick gossip with Talos? Just a few steps ahead and there he is, ready to cure your diseases and bless you with certain powers. You get the point. Everything you need for your adventure and everything you need after your adventure, you can find all here in one place. It's just so easy to be here. Now let's contrast this with other city, let's say Markarth. While Markarth possesses its own unique charm, navigating its labyrinthian streets can prove disorienting as you attempt to locate specific merchants and generally find your way around. Whiterun, on the other hand, is strategically situated in the heart of the map, frequently becomes your starting point for quests leading to uncharted territories, rendering it exceptionally convenient. In Skyrim, it often appears that all roads lead to Whiterun, solidifying its status as the quintessential player city. It encapsulates the very reason why the Nords settled in this locale. According to the lore, it offers safety, a thriving trade environment, and enjoys a temperate weather, making it an unequivocally a perfect place to call home. The essence of Whiterun. For me, it's the Bannered Mare that holds a distinct allure with its unique charm and inviting atmosphere. Here, you can comfortably settle on a bench or a comfortable chair, order a mug of grog, nestling by the crackling fire, and even engage in a friendly brawl with Uthgerd. As you unwind, you may find yourself drinking into introspection, carried away by the spirited rendition of Ragnar the Red, courtesy of charismatic bard Mikhail, even though I do not like him. You might engage in cozy conversations with other denizens, order some more food from Halda, and lay back and get a room for the night. I just adore sitting here, imagining the imagery of the sun gracefully setting below the horizon, the cool evening breeze gently rustling through the window's pane, and the market stall vendors gradually closing up shop for the night. I could spend countless hours in this virtual sanctuary. Whiterun assumes the role of a sanctuary, a refuge from the perils of the wider world, a brief respite from the burdens of prophecy, and the beckoning call of adventure. Within this city's embrace, we find the opportunity to rejuvenate, restock, draw a deep breath, and brace ourselves for the exhilarating journey that lie ahead. And just like the wise words of Ralof in the beginning of the game,
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
indeed, my friend, indeed. Even in my adventures, I can't help but think of home. From its rich history to its diverse array of inhabitants, from its iconic location to its engaging quest, and the sights and sounds that envelop you, Whiterun is an experience that remains etched in your memory forever. Even if you aren't the game's biggest fan, there's a distinct charm in how all the pieces of the puzzle come together, evoking that unmistakable sense of adventure. A blend of awe and epic moments, occasionally tinged with quirks and disappointment upon closer scrutiny. Yet, you keep returning with a smile on your face, eagerly anticipating the chance to relive it all once again. Thank you all so much for watching and listening to the end. And as always, if I've been unclear in any way or you want me to explore something specific, let me know down in the comments. May Taros guide you on your quest, and I'll see you on the next one.